We believe what we want to believe. Viral videos, conspiracy theories, deepfakes, they all had to start somewhere. And their origin might not be online at all. It might begin when a Viking runestone dated 1362 was found beneath a tree in the middle of the United States. A discovery that claimed to rewrite American history.
Because we have this runestone that's older than Christopher Columbus.
If you wanted to believe badly enough that it was real.
For me, we can mostly conclude this is fake.
By all accounts, it is an archaeological fraud, a hoax.
The Kensington Runestone is fake.
You show me someone who thinks it's real, I can show you someone who thinks it's not.
Everything in that inscription has to be medieval.
The runestone is 100% fake.
But the runestone is real.
I don't see why it would be fake.
I'm going that it's real.
It's either the most impressive fake, or maybe this stone is actually genuine.
This is the story of how a strange artifact sparked a century of controversy.
The runestone proves we were here first.
And how we're using modern technology to test how easy it is to do the same today. I mean, I'm laughing because it's horrifying. This is also a story that I really don't want to tell. The producers behind the camera over there, Matt and Chris, they are so fired up about this stupid, dumb rock that's in the middle of Minnesota that has people arguing about the truth or the falseness of it. 60% of people who know what the Kensington Runestone is think that it's real. It's dumb and it's irresponsible. And I am here today in front of you under duress. This is a hostage video. I don't want to be here. These people have threatened my family.
All right, come on, man.
We needed to go to the Minnesota Historical Society. They have footage and educational tapes and research that you cannot find anywhere else, and you must visit in person to be able to watch them. Do you remember how VCR worked?
Returning to Greenland and Iceland.
It's a janky old documentary. It's bad quality.
In the 14th century, Norway lost contact with its Greenland colonies, and it is suggested that the king sent an expedition to locate the colonists. The expedition may have continued via Hudson's Bay and the Ontario rivers to Kensington, Minnesota.
Look, I look at this map and I think, no way is this the way that these people from almost 1,000 years ago made their way to Minnesota, trekking all the way across that land. But the person to talk to about this was the person who represented the Minnesota Historical Society. They are the last word about everything that is true in Minnesota. At least that was my hope when we went to their headquarters. How you going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm John.
Bill, good to
Nice
meet you.
So what is the Kensington Runestone for someone who's never heard of it?
Okay, so in 1898, a Swedish immigrant named Olof Öhman was taking up stumps on his farm in western Minnesota when he pulled a large slab of gray sandstone out of the ground. When people looked at it, they realized that what they were looking at were runes. And they talked about an expedition, an alleged expedition to Minnesota in 1362.
We found 10 men red with blood and dead.
They had encountered Native people who killed half their party. They carved it all into a stone and then they mysteriously disappeared. Who knows where?
Ave Maria, save us from evil.
And experts looked at this and initially dismissed it.
Nailed it. Bill told us the truth. The thing isn't real. It's a big hoax, a fraud, and a lie.
In nearby Alexandria, Minnesota, the Chamber of Commerce has adopted the Viking story.
Let's tell us about how all the hopes and dreams of this theory are pinned on Alexandria, Minnesota. If we're gonna close out this episode, we should probably do it by going up to the place where the runestone was discovered. They have a massive statue. It's a lot. And they have a runestone museum, and the actual runestone is there, and so I have to go see the runestone myself. You made me come all the way to Alexandria, Minnesota, talking about a fake rock. I'm not happy about it.
Call my mom a liar.
Well, of course they're gonna f***ing think it's real. They're from Alexandria. After you?
Wow, so polite.
I'm John.
Here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Barbara. To the program. We have a coat rack here.
Cool. Oh my God, is that it?
We can do that. That is the actual stone. Yeah.
It's like this journey we've been on for weeks, and it's like, boom, there it's there.
Yep, that's the one. Some people believe that it's authentic and was left here by the Norsemen in 1362, and some people think that somebody else actually carved it and left it there.
Yeah. What do you believe?
I think it's likely that Norsemen were here.
Yeah.
I do. Leif Erikson was here in the year 1000, and he created a camp in Newfoundland, and he called it Vinland.
So here was the first chink in the armor to my certainty about the Vikings never coming to Minnesota. Leif Erikson is a real person who really came to the Americas, and this is not in dispute. I didn't know this before setting out on this journey, and it surprised me. I thought when I first started learning about this thing, I'm like, oh, it's a question of if the Vikings ever came to America, and it's not.
Yeah, no.
Like they've been
have.
here. We
They
accepted that. It
Yeah.
just didn't get to Minnesota.
That's right.
They would not have stopped at the coast and said, okay, well, here we are, we found this piece of land. By very nature, they were explorers.
Right.
And so they would have continued on. And this is behind you is Hjalmar Holland, the young researcher who actually who bought the stone for $10.
$10, yeah, okay.
Yep, he spent his entire career studying the stone.
He produced what he called corroborating evidence of weapons that were found in the region that he claimed were Norwegian. He found holes drilled in rocks that he interpreted as ferrying holes for Norse ships. So much so that the Smithsonian had declared the Kensington Runestone, this is a quote, the most significant artifact in North America. All right, the Smithsonian said that about the Kensington Runestone.
Wow. So at this point, it's been discovered.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is a real thing.
Yes.
No, it's
No,
not
maybe
a real
it's
thing.
not.
No, it is a real thing.
Yeah, right.
And now we're at the middle of the 20th century.
Right, right. This is a replica of the Kensington Runestone. If you're a cynic, it's a fake of a fake. After the Smithsonian declared it authentic, a new generation of scholars began to take a very deep look at the evidence, and they began to conclude one after another, no, this is inauthentic.
We're back, baby. Runestone, a lie. This is the end of the story once again. We don't need to tell anything else to you.
It hasn't been 100% put to bed, but I would say that the preponderance of evidence suggests that this was carved in the 1890s.
Who all believes that the runestone is authentic? Raise your hand. For real?
If the Church of the Runestone had a leader, it would be Scott Wolter.
My name is Scott Wolter, and I'm a forensic geologist. Sometimes history isn't what we've been told.
Scott.
John.
I had my opinion. This thing was a lie. And then you start talking to Scott. Thank you so much for visiting us in our strange land. What I'd like to do is we have this fun little land here, but we can actually switch the screen over, pull the thing up, and I'd love to have you just walk me through your case.
There is one thing that I like to call the magic bullet on the Kensington Runestone. Do you see this little dot right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a rune that's called the dotted R. Mm-hmm. But this begs the question, if nobody in the world did not know about the dotted R until 1935, how did it get on the Kensington Runestone in 1898?
Is there a chance that it was after the fact, that it was inscribed later?
Nice try. Any argument that a person can make, I'll shoot him down in 2 seconds.
The evidence points to a hoax, that at least 7 characters appearing on the Kensington stone did not exist.
Some of them are just runic transliteration of English words, and they're saying, it's just, linguistically, this can't be right.
What they don't tell you is, first of all, that runic alphabet is Viking era, okay? Not medieval, so forget about that.
How old were you when the stone was found? 7 years. I was 7 years old. They say your father made it. That's a big lie. It's a big lie.
It's like the most direct contradiction that we've seen so far, whether the stone is real or not.
So here's an eyewitness saying, no, it's a fake. I was there. And it was these farmers in the 1890s who were carving it.
I've been down this well. I can tell you exactly what Wolter said. At one point, he goes, well, I asked him, did you carve it? And he said, go ask Öhman. He didn't admit it when he pinned him down. You can read the transcripts. So where's the confession? There was no confession.
The thing you need to know about Scott is that he is a geologist by trade. And when he flipped the runestone around and showed us the back side of it, he started to be pretty compelling.
But you notice these white lines across the stone?
Yep.
These are the roots that were in contact with the stone at a young age.
When you look at the roots of the runestone, it's hard to argue that it wasn't in the ground for a long time. So So I thought that maybe going to the actual site of its discovery would shed some light.
John's gonna miss this turn. Yep, missed it. Okay, I guess I'll go over here. Don't miss it this time. There you go.
And so, this is the spot. This is the spot where the Vikings laid a stone. Or did they? Look at that, they've actually recreated the tree roots going around it. Although from the pictures of it, the tree roots were really like wrapped up all over it. The thing about this is we've gotten closer to this thing and there's been a whole other side of the story that we discovered that took place a quarter of a mile from here, where another runestone, the Kensington Runestone 2, was discovered. This was in 2001. This runestone for a few brief months was going to blow the case wide open until a group of students from the U of M admitted that they had buried this thing in the ground 16 years previous in order to prove how easy it would be to create a hoax. The thing that's interesting about this is those students had the wherewithal to bury this thing in the ground, leave it for years, and then only reveal it once it was discovered. And if you sit right there,
Sure.
we have an established way in this culture of ours, in this society of ours, of proving truth, right? And that's through academia. Are you not incentivized to have this be true because it then raises the profile for the TV show or gets you more clients?
Stop. You got to understand, my career is on the line. My livelihood is on the line. And I take that very seriously. I'm not playing any games here. And when I know that I have the right answer, I'll fight to the death to defend it.
Yeah.
As you were telling me over here about the preponderance of evidence, I couldn't help but hear the difference in tone that you and Scott have.
Sure.
Why aren't you more like Scott, is my question.
Being a historian is understanding that there's always new evidence around the corner, and it might confirm what you think you know, and it might totally change it. We talk about revisionist history as if it's a bad thing. Revision is the core of responsible history. For me, we can mostly conclude this is fake.
If the runestone is a hoax, then Olof Öhman pulled off an incredible achievement when he used the power of language to deceive people for generations. Yep. What was it that he said again? We talked about trolling.
And Americans wanted to see spectacle. They wanted to see wonder. And, you know, communication wasn't as sophisticated, although I guess you can make an argument that communication has made us more gullible today in many ways.
Yeah. In what ways are we using language today to inspire belief structures? Well, I think the answer for that is large language models. AI and deepfakes are the thing that we cannot stop talking about. Is there a version of a runestone that we could make today in the digital world? Is a deepfake just like a runestone was 130 years ago? Like, could we do like a deepfake or something like that?
Yeah, we could.
So to take us on this mission, we had to go across the Atlantic to Eastern Europe, where we found an expert computer programmer who specializes in deepfakes. So we talked to this computer hacker named, but we're not going to actually tell you his name. We're going to bleep that bit because this guy's under real threat of political persecution, and that's why he lives in Poland and not his native Belarus. I think, am I looking at your face?
It's face of Keanu Reeves.
It's like we're in the Matrix. This is incredible.
You will see artifacts after this. Hope.
So it almost makes me think that the best way to test out the boundaries of this is to make a deepfake of a politician.
Yeah.
I could think of only one person, and that would be Tim Walz, our governor and recent national figure. What would happen if he went to the government of Canada and asked them to acquire us? Do you know who Tim Walz is? Have you heard of this man?
Not exactly.
That's fine. What do you need to be able to make a deepfake of our governor?
I need to create a copy of his face, of his expressions. Surprising, he may be sad or laughing. Everything needs to be copied.
So could we get people to believe that Canada was going to annex Minnesota?
Hey, I'm not going to push or pull you. You can make the decision on your own.
All right. Here we go.
Today, guided by Article 9, Section 1 of the Minnesota State Constitution, my administration is initiating formal proceedings to investigate succession.
It looks like
Section 1 of the
it's like the South Park. It's the South Park. Just
So I think we have to. This is not going to work. So
Hey, you guys. Can I take a whack at this?
You want to do it?
Yes, please.
Really?
Yes, desperately bad.
Okay. Our mistake here, we can't go to a Belarusian in Poland and say, recreate this like very well-known figure in our place. Like, you have the knowledge of what he actually sounds like and looks like and moves like.
I was born for this, is what you're saying. All right. Give me 10 minutes. I just texted you.
Just watch it?
Yeah, watch it. Just turn the sound on. Turn the sound on.
All right.
My administration is initiating formal proceedings to secede from the United States of America. This unprecedented step will pave the way for the state of Minnesota to pursue full integration with our northern neighbor, the sovereign nation of Canada.
The video is pretty good.
I think it's definitely the sort of thing that could trick a Facebook grandma.
Yeah.
What we're doing is like, we're just changing his mouth movements. The video is the exact same. And not only that, it was free, completely free.
Anybody can do this.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Don't encourage them. We don't, like, honestly, like, with no audio, it's fully convincing. And 65% of the people won't watch with audio. So we can actually convince people that this is a real thing. And I'm wondering if that introduces, like, a legal concern that we should be worried about.
Yeah, we should talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Like, are there AI lawyers out there? We don't need an AI lawyer. We need an AI lawyer. You know what I'm talking about, referring to?
You don't want a criminal lawyer, right? You want a criminal lawyer.
So we found one. His name was Sean. And Sean, he's not a lawyer in the sense that he calls out objection in the courtroom. He's the guy that guy calls when he needs an expert on whether a video is truly authentic or made by AI.
You can see we have the Attorney General, Lieutenant Governor, Senator Klobuchar. But if you're spending 4 seconds scrolling through your feed and you see that might carry the day and convince somebody. You see how this just kind of, a battle of the fakes kind of.
So I want to show you this video that we got.
My administration is initiating formal proceedings to secede from the United States of America.
Okay, my reaction. Okay, so I think right now, photos are pretty hard to spot. Audio can be pretty hard to spot. If I closed my eyes and I listened to that, that would be tough for me to say without seeing anything. Video is not quite there yet. Yeah, very convincing. You close your eyes, or maybe you see that flash on your screen on social media. A lot of people really want to believe that that's real. And I don't think that any that says otherwise will necessarily change those folks' minds anyway.
Why is that?
I don't know. That's a human factors question. That's not necessarily a data-driven question.
It isn't, but you're a human.
I am a human,
Right.
so so I think that once they see something and they form their own opinions about something, or the whether they believe something is true or not, it can be really hard to move the needle, even when you show evidence.
But when that search for truth turns into a belief, it becomes really powerful. Ultimately, what Olof Öhman did was he used the power of language to create a belief structure that people continue to believe into today. Why is this like such a sticky tale here?
The story of the runestone is so persistent. It's got a life of its own now, and part of that has to do with the connection of this runestone to the Scandinavian immigrants who came to Minnesota by the hundreds of thousands.
We have a very strong Scandinavian populace here that, came here and settled this state. Olof Öhman was a Swedish immigrant, right?
It's the climate they would be used to. It's the stories that they would be used to if they came from the descendants of these people.
For Scandinavian immigrants who, like many immigrant groups, were facing a lot of persecution and prejudice, they could argue this runestone shows that we're just as American as everybody else.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys want to film this or not, but I really do believe that we need to go with Native Americans were here for 10,000 years before anybody else came here.
And that's kind of a darker spin on this too, right? It's the idea that using the runestone or claiming the runestone as authentic kind of erases the presence of Native people.
I mean, it's perfect that we're talking about this now because we have a teepee behind us over here. We have a buffalo over here.
Right.
And so,
And let's not be mistaken. For thousands of years, this was the story of Minnesota and North America.
Why is it so important to people to say, well, I discovered this land? It's like, well, whoop-de-doo. You know, it's like, great, because we know you didn't discover it because there were already people here.
Yeah.
Even like the Cardiff Giant really spoke to what Americans wanted to believe about
Tell us what
themselves
the Cardiff
at the
Giant
time.
is.
The Cardiff Giant was a stone giant, a petrified man about 9 feet tall that was uncovered in upstate New York.
Yeah.
So it became this sensation and it toured all around and people paid money to see it. Ultimately, P.T. Barnum bought it. He put it in his museum in New York City and people would come and see this. The argument was that it was evidence of biblical times when giants walked the earth, right? So it connected Americans' sense of who they were to the Bible. In the 19th century, that was really important.
That painting up there that's above the organ is my family. They were born in Norway.
They were. So you have the Scandinavian heritage yourself.
Yeah. They would take a photograph, but then they would have to enhance it by drawing on it and then hand watercoloring. If you look at him closely, you can see that he's almost completely drawn in.
Yep. It looks like a Photoshop job, but old, right?
Yep.
This picture broke my brain, you guys. Even that thing isn't necessarily as it originally looked. I don't know what to believe. Kind of coming here feels like the power of the spirit is here. I can feel myself starting to get sucked in. Let me tell you, the power of the spirit really was there in Alexandria when we went around and just asked people what their thoughts were on the runestone.
From what I've been told by various scientists, it seems to be quite real.
I don't see why it would be fake.
There's a good chance, the Vikings were in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not come up to Alexandria?
Yeah, why not?
That's right. So I lean more towards it. But it's been really good for our town, actually.
Right. Do you believe in the runestone?
I do.
It seems like
okay. That's a certain answer right away.
No, I really do.
Are you a Scandinavian?
Yes, you betcha.
This is my favorite part of the episode.
I believe it's authentic and that the Vikings actually did it. But anyways.
So far we're at 100% of people in Alexandria believe that it's real.
That's right. Yes.
Let's go over here.
I do think it's real.
Really?
I really do.
How Scandinavian is your family?
I'm 3/4 Norwegian and 1/4 Swedish.
Oh my gosh.
So 3 of my grandparents are from Norway, 1 from Sweden.
Why are people so friendly here? I'm a bit taken aback.
Apparently, scientists that say that it is real.
Yeah.
We're known for our cream horns, and
you guys have destroyed me. You've put me in a torture chamber. That torture chamber is talking to all these nice people in Alexandria. How do you, oh. The runestone is real. The runestone's real.
Wave your hand in front of
The runestone is real. So now that I think that, the question became, well, what can I do to propagate another untruth that will get people to believe something? And so we asked Sean, can we make a deepfake that spreads like wildfire on the internet?
Reading through that statute, though, we're not within 90 days of an election, and, there is a First Amendment in this country, so...
Let's talk as people, forget the lawyer-client conversation, just as people, do you think there's an ethical problem with us putting this out in the world?
Putting out the video you just showed me?
Yeah, putting out a video that's intended to deceive people and make them think something that isn't true about our governor.
Yeah, if that's the intent. I don't think that's my own personal belief is that's not something that I would consider ethical.
I was not expecting that response in there. Ethically, it seems like a bad idea. Legally, we're in the clear, which is kind of shocking to me.
How would you feel about releasing it right now?
I don't think we should release it.
You don't think so?
No, I think that releasing it is like putting us into a situation where we're as bad as the bad people in the world who are using deepfakes for ill intent. Enter Manjit Reghe, an expert in AI, specifically as it relates to deepfakes and the ethics behind them.
Dr. Manjit Reghe is the director of the Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence at St. Thomas.
So what better place to talk about artificial intelligence than the suburbs, huh? Literally, this looks AI generated. Manjit, nice to meet you. So what we're considering for the episode, making this deepfake of Tim Walz, in which he says something that would be something that he wouldn't say.
As far as what you are suggesting, I think technically it might be possible.
Do people have a right to know if what they're watching is AI generated content?
Yes, unless it is for entertainment. You don't want that video, let's say to come out and then have a damage in some way that is being caused to the celebrity. That this video that was maybe created for a demonstration, people might then lose out on the overall context that this was for a demonstration.
I thought this was going to be a simple journey. Was the Kensington Runestone real or fake, and can you tie it to today?
I don't know what we should do, but I'm gonna go back right now and make the best deepfake that anyone's ever seen.
Ultimately, we decided not to release the Tim Walz video, but we still were left with a desire to make you feel the same amount of unsettled as we did. And so we stumbled on an answer.
If we are sharing this for the purpose of education, or sharing it to show, hey, look at how we were able to do this in like 60 seconds.
Right.
Okay, you be the judge, you tell us whether you would believe this if you saw it.
Right.
That's a different thing.
I say, look, folks, but the runestone is real. But the runestone is real.
Earlier in this video, a number of clips were not authentic. They were deepfaked. Can you find what they are? My guess is that you can't. And hopefully that makes you feel just as concerned about the future as it does me. To be honest with you though, I think that fucking runestone might be real. But then again, can you be sure this is my real voice?